Oburu Oginga to make his remarks, and thereafter invite His Excellency the President so that he can address us
as we speak. ODM hoye! ODM hoye!
Nasahawa. Nasahawa.
Our chief guest tonight, His Excellency, the President of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, and the Chief Minister, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, and all our party leaders present, all the ministers present, and all the leaders from ODM and all the delegates who have come and gathered this evening here for this dinner. Good evening. ODM. ODM. Yeah, I know you appear to be sleepy a little. I don't know. Nini niwafanyie iwachangamshe kidogo. I don't know what to inject. I can inject something. Now, asante. I am a founder member of this party, ODM. I know exactly how this party was started. And the President also knows exactly what happened when this party was started. This party was started out of a struggle. First of all, there was a struggle to change the constitution. When we were going for elections in 2002, we had promised Kenyans that within 3 months after the elections, there will be a new constitution. And in that process, there was a Bomas process, which was composed of delegates from all over the country, Kenya. There was one also looking at till it came almost to the conclusion. When this process was being concluded at Bomas of Kenya, to the conclusion, when this process was being concluded at Bomas of Kenya, and it became obvious that our side, which was proposing or fighting for parliamentary system of government and also devolution, was succeeding. And then a section of the particularly people who are in government, who are from the DP side, decided to pull out of Bomas process. They pulled out of Bomas process and made sure they actually destroyed the Bomas process. Even though resolutions had been passed on all those issues, the Bomas process became more or less like a legal constitutional reform or a new constitution. But it was not recognized by the government, and the government, and Amos Wako knows this, they made a draft called the Wako draft. The Wako draft came to Kilifi, and that Kilifi draft is what was now subjected to a referendum. That Kilifi draft did not want devolution, nor did they want a parliamentary system of government. And therefore, when the referendum came, all of us to fight against that draft, Kilifi draft constitution. And when this process started, it was a very, very fierce struggle. It was a very fierce struggle because the government side, which was headed by Honorable Mwai Kibaki, were the ones leading the Kilifi draft campaign, and part of the government, which was also us. We were also part of the government because my late brother Raila was the minister of roads, and the president was also a minister at that time in the government. But in that struggle, when the results came out, the Kilifi draft was badly defeated. The Kilifi draft was absolutely defeated by the people of Kenya. And after the Kilifi draft was defeated by the people of Kenya, all of us were sacked from committees in parliament. All our people who were in government were sacked from the ministries where they were, and we were given machungwa, and the Kilifi draft people were given banana. So it was banana versus chungwa against the sacking of our people from positions of government. And the Kisumu Stadium was full to the brim. Kisumu Stadium was full to the brim. And I remember talking to my brother, Honorable Balala, Najib Balala. And Balala was telling me, Oburu, why don't we announce here that this movement should be translated into a political party? And I told Balala, you do it. You go and announce that this movement should now be transformed from a political movement to a political party. And when Balala mentioned it, the crowd went wild. The crowd went wild. And from there, everything else. But somebody, after the crowd went wild, went very quickly to go and reserve that name, ODM, as a political party. Went and reserved the... So when we tried now to register ODM as ODM, we found it had already been blocked by Mr. Imanyara. I think Imanyara must be around here. Now, after that is how for ODM Kenya was then founded as a result of that. The rest have been narrated. I think Honorable Henry Kosgei and the others who spoke before me have already narrated exactly what happened thereafter. So I don't want to go into details of those because you already know what happened, how the party was somehow stolen from us, and how we struggled to buy back our ODM, which we still have up to today. Now, therefore, you realize that ODM was not born out of luxury. It was born out of a struggle. It has been a long, long, long struggle. And we are now here. We are now here, and I want to say that there is no party in the world which is formed to be in the opposition. All political parties are formed to be in government. And all political parties aspire to be in government. And all political parties fight to be in government. And therefore our party is not excluded, and our party ODM is fighting to be in the government now in this broad-based arrangement, but even in future, either as ODM or in coalition with other political parties. So we cannot say that as ODM, we just want to be there. We just want to be there. We don't want power. We want power. Because how are we going to implement our policies if we don't have power? If you are going for demonstrations, so I don't want to say much more because mine was just to make a very brief speech. The long speech about the history of our party was made by Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, and I think that was the major speech for today. For me, I just came to make a few remarks and invite His Excellency the President of Kenya, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, to come and address.
Tunasema Kenya mpya inawezekana. Inawezekana. Leo ni leo. Na inawezekana. Inawezekana. Leo ni leo. Kenya mpya inawezekana. Inawezekana. Leo ni leo. Nchi ambayo
DJ, hapana lete mchanganyiko.
DJ, hapana lete
DJ Spider-Man. DJ Spider-Man.
Hapana lete machanganyiko. Tunataka ile wimbo lero lero nil.
Tunasema Kenya mpya inawezekana. Inawezekana. Na inawezekana. Inawezekana.
Lero li lero.
Kenya mpya inawezekana. Inawezekana.
Lero ni lero.
Ambayo kuna raha na ustawi. Inawezekana.
Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana. Haya. ODM hoye. ODM hoye. Tunasema ODM. ODM. Bas. Kwanza mimi nataka nimshukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya nafasi ya kuungana na wanachungwa jioni ya leo for this ODM founder members dinner. I remember very well that
when I had a conversation with Baba, and he informed me that there was going to be ODM at 20. And he asked me whether I would consider, alongside other founding members, participating. And I told him I would gladly participate, and I have reasons to. Primarily, I have 3 reasons why I would readily agree to participate in ODM at 20, and even, if possible, sponsor this dinner. Number 1, I am a founder member of ODM, and I have no apologies to make to anybody. It is a historical fact. It is a historical fact. And I was not just a founder member. I was at the center and at the heart of the formation of ODM. Number 2, 2 people have really influenced my political journey. One is former President Moi, because I first became a member of parliament in Kano. It was a difficult exercise then, because I remember when I ran for the first time, I was not a favorite of Kano that time, but I won anyway. And then we started on not a very good note with former President Moi, but finally we became friends when he discovered that I wasn't a very bad boy after all. The other person that really has influenced my political journey is Baba, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. He encouraged me. He came to Eldoret when there was a ceremony for me to be made a Kalenjin elder, imagine. He was there. Of Raila Odinga, I am one of them. This celebration would have been a carnival. It would have been something else. But as God has decided, Baba is not here with us, but we can do something about the life and time of Raila Amolo Odinga in honor of what he stood for and what he achieved. I will say a couple of things. I know it is late in the evening. I do not wish to speak for long. Many of the earlier speakers have told us extensively. Mumbingaru, Henry Koskei, Professor Peter Anyang-Nyong, our first Secretary General of ODM, and all the other founder members, including Hassan Joho, so that he stops complaining. Now, let me be honest, Hassan Joho was there. I must give him that. He was there at Imperial Hotel. In fact, I remember very well when we went to this rally and the place was full. And I didn't know And you know, the rest of us were members of other parties that time. I was then the Secretary General of KANU. And so we thought maybe we need to reorganize something. But Balala did alifanya ile kitu. So then the rest is history. And so we are here, and I have just a few things to say. Number one, let me say 3 things about the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Number one, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is a great Democrat. He believed in structured political engagement. He believed in a political party. In fact, I dare say he believed in ODM more than his supporters believed in him. Let me repeat, strong parties, roots everywhere. That is where we should go. That is where the nation should be going. Having strong national parties. Celebrating ODM as a strong national party encourages others, like UDA and others, to also be strong national parties. That is how we are going to have we wanted to change the politics of Kenya. From being politics of personalities or ethnicities to politics of ideology, something we believe in. Yes, and that is the way ODM has carried many communities and many regions along because of ideology. So that is the essence of this celebration. We are celebrating a political party that has identity in ideology, that has risen above personality and ethnicity to an ideological movement. This is what it is. So I want to say to the ODM family, congratulations on 20 years of ODM as a party. I want to say the final thing, that I had engagements with Baba, and I say that we've been on the same side of the political divide. We've been on different sides of the political divide. But one thing that Baba always taught all of us is that in politics, we don't compete. We compete, but we do not become enemies. We compete, but we do not become enemies. And that is what it is. I want you, as members of ODM, to ask yourselves, how come Baba worked with Moi, and worked with Kibaki, and worked with Uhuru, and worked with William Ruto? You need to ask yourselves. It's because he always could transcend the divide of political competition and reach out for the good of the nation. That is the essence of politics. And I'm very proud that today, being president of Kenya, I have my roots in ODM. And nobody can take that away from me. You may not like it, but that is a fact. Sindio? Yes, you cannot write the story of William Ruto and complete it without saying he was a member of ODM. Not a member, he was a founder member and a deputy party leader of ODM. Are we together? Acha hiyo story. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Yeah? Mnasema nirudi nyumbani, si niko nyumbani tayari? What is the problem? Sikizeni. You know, if, I mean, I was teasing, you know, after the elections, many of you may not know, as William Ruto, I was very sad. In this election, this past election of 2022, people were having sleepless nights, my team were having sleepless nights, me, I was sleeping, because it didn't matter to me who won the election. Whether I won or Raila Odinga won, we had almost the same plan for this Kenya. And I can say here without fear of any contradiction, Raila Odinga would have implemented housing the way I'm implementing. He would have implemented universal health coverage the way I'm implementing, because we believed in it together. And we started, even this railway thing, this SGR, it was in the original ODM manifesto. And that is why I must move the railway from Naivasha to Kisumu to Malaba. And by the way, I'm going to begin to move it by January. Sijui kama tunaelewana, my friends. Tuko pamoja. Let me say finally, because I said this is not, there is a time we are going to talk. Sindio? Kuna siku tutakuja tuongee. Leo ilikuwa ni mambo ya kusherehekea 20 years ya ODM. Sinamna hiyo? Na tutashirikiana. As I stand here, I have no apologies to anybody that today ODM and UDA are running the same government. Why? Because we have the same agenda. We have the same agenda. Tuko na agenda the same. If you read the manifesto of ODM and read the manifesto of UDA, the difference is maybe 20%. So, sukume hii maneno tuende mbele. And by the way, let me tell you good people, the last meeting I had with Baba, and Anyang' Nyong'o was there, this professor. Anyang' Nyong'o was there, Hino was there, the last formal meeting. We had sat down to craft, me and Baba, to craft how to move Kenya from a third world country to a first world country. And we asked Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, in fact, Baba is the one who had called Professor Hino from the United States to come to Kenya. And we sat down and we said, Kenya has gone through hoops for far too long. You know, we cannot continue like this. All of you seated here, you know Baba's ideas. This man, Simba Arati, you came with a team from Kisii. Baba spoke to that meeting. I was there, you were there. And he explained to people, why is South Korea ahead of us? Yes. And he said, we must do certain things. And we have agreed we cannot continue in this third world frame. And I called Anyang' Nyong'o after we finished the ceremonies of Baba. And Anyang' Nyong'o is working on something. I met him the other day. He told me he's putting it together because we agreed that we need to generate 10,000 megawatts of energy. And it is the reason why Opiyo Wandayi has very clear instructions on what to do with nuclear energy. We agreed that we must move the railway all the way. We agreed that we must have a new airport. We agreed that we must do another 10,000 kilometers of tarmac. So there are things we have agreed that must move Kenya from being a third world country to a first world country. And in honor of Baba and what he believed in, he even disagreed with many people on matters to do with the airport and many things, because he could see the opportunity we are losing by not being ambitious with our plan and with our program. So as we celebrate ODM at 20, I must tell you, the family of ODM, beyond everything else, we must work together towards moving this great country called Kenya, because that is why we came together then. And it was right then as it is right today. We may have come together then as individuals. We may be coming together now as political parties, but the mission is the same: to change this country. The mission is the same: to change this country. And I am very confident that together, in unity, we can lift this country to the next level, working together. Mr. Party Leader, the Honorable Daktari Oburu Odinga, this great party has given you the honor to steer the affairs of this party. We can only wish you well. We can only wish you Godspeed. We can only wish you God's grace that you, where your brother and our friend Raila Amolo Odinga has left this party, I know for sure that you are not only his brother, but you are also his friend and confidant. I say so because on every matter that I discussed with Raila Odinga, if there was to be a second person, it was Oburu Odinga. He would always, I remember even when we were discussing this broad-based arrangement, he said the first person you must call is Oburu Odinga. It's Oburu Odinga who came and told me, this is the list of the ministries we are thinking about. And it was a fairly long list, you know, and many other things. So the same confidence I think your brother had, and the same friendship that you carried through with your brother, it is my hope and wish that you will not let him down, that you will stand up for what he stood for, that you will match up to his vision and work for this party the same way your brother and leader worked for this party. To you all ODM family, tunawatakia heri. Unajua leo asubuhi nilikuwa Kitui. So unajua nilikuwa najua nikikuja hii mkutano ya ODM, huyu Simba Arati, unajua Simba Arati amezoea kusema wewe si utoke huko ukuje kwa ODM. Vile nimeona mtu mwingine hapa anajaribu nikasema watu wa UDA watafikiri nimehama, nikasema wacha nivae yellow at least ndio waone bado mimi niko. Lakini nikasema nitachanganya na orange ndio ionekane ni broad based. ama namna gani? Si ndio? Na unajua huko Ukambani niliambiwa rangi ya Ukambani ni yellow. So nikaona hii ni sawa. Wacha nianze na Ukambani yellow, alafu nipeleke huko yellow ya UDA, alafu nichanganye na orange ya ODM, ikuwe broad based, alafu to celebrate. So otherwise, nimeshukuru sana, my good friends. I just want to assure you of my goodwill, my support in every way, that you will need any support from this administration. There are members of ODM in senior positions in this administration. You will not lack the network to be able to access government. I had this man called Junet saying that we were negotiating with you. You are negotiating with who? You are negotiating with Mbadi. So I don't know which Mbadi represents which side of where. We were negotiating with ourselves. Ama? Hiyo maneno ya pesa ya kusema you want 450, whatever. So, and I'm very proud, by the way, of very proud of the contribution of the ODM members in this broad-based administration. Everything I am talking to you about, my Minister for Finance here knows. He knows where we need to move the country. And he knows it is part of the ODM plan and manifesto for us to be able to move in that direction. So, asanteni sana. Mimi nimefurahi sana kufika hapa jioni ya leo. Congratulations, ODM at 20, party leader and all the other officials of the party. My very best wishes and all the nice things that we wish you as members of ODM and all of us as we contribute to the progress and prosperity of our nation. I want to wish all of us the very best. Asanteni sana and God bless you. Kuna maneno?
Yeah. Nilisahau wana ODM to propose a toast in honor of our late party leader Raila Amolo Odinga.
Yes.
And also to congratulate members of ODM for the 20th anniversary. And I wanted to propose a toast, Your Excellency, everyone to charge their glasses. Everyone to charge their glasses. I don't know whether the glasses are rechargeable. Yeah. Cheers. Yes.
Excellency, with your permission, I seek your indulgence for an award ceremony. And let's take our seats briefly, please. Let's take our seats. So, with your permission, Your Excellency, just as a note, there are 250 awards that have been given, or rather the 250 awardees, but because of time, allow us to just give out a few symbolically. We have 3 categories: platinum, gold, silver, and certificates, but we'll only give a few symbolically because of time. Then after that, we will cutting. Of the awards, then we go straight into the awarding of those who've been selected. Very well.
Thank you, Mike. In a nutshell, the ODM party is very diverse.
And the awardees cover all sectors across the entire spectrum of society. Contribution is not limited to money. There are people who have contributed their ideas. There are people who have contributed, most importantly, their time. There are people who have spent their youth on ODM. and therefore from across all cadres, all demographics, these considerations were made.
All right, so with your permission, Your Excellency, may I invite leader so that you may award the following. So we invite His Excellency together with the party leader for the award ceremony, and we'll start with platinum. We have some platinum awards or trophies, and the first one, again, just a reminder, this is just a selection of many that will be awarded later. So starting with Odungi Randa. Odungi Randa, tumpigie makofi tafadhali akija. Jane Wangoi, Akram Khan, Jacoyo Midiwo. This is posthumously, so it will be collected by George Okanda. So kindly please come forward. Just come forward. That's Jane Wangoi, Akram Khan, George Okanda on behalf of Jacoyo Midiwo, posthumously, and also Betty Montet to collect one on behalf of SK Masharia. Jane Wangoi, Akram Khan, then Betty Montet on behalf of SK Masharia. I'll now swiftly move to the gold. So if you hear your name, please come forward. Mr. John Ketora, Mr. John Ketora, Mr. Nixon Kakiri, Senator Crystal Asige, Honorable Ruth Odinga, Miss Marceline Ogore. So Mr. John Ketora, Mr. Nixon Kakiri, Senator Crystal Asige, Honorable Ruth Odinga, and Miss Marceline Ogore. All those are gold winners, gold awards. So all those are gold. And may I call on the silver awardees? Silver, Bernard Kadundo, Miss Caroline Kalume, Mr. Brian Matengo, Melvin Mora, and Mr. Frederick Obilo. So moving on to silver, Bernard Kadundo, Caroline Kalume, Mr. Brian Matengo, Melvin Mora, Mr. Frederick Obilo, and Mr. Victor Marende Okoth for silver. So the next now will be silver category, which I've already read. I'll read again. Mr. John Silva, Mr. Bernard Kadundo, Miss Caroline Kalume, Mr. Brian Matengo, Melvin Mora, Mr. Frederick Obilo, and Mr. Victor Marende Okoth. And after those awards, we have founder member certificates. founder member certificates. Founder member certificate. Moy. Honorable Beatrice School Moy. The last category, Your Excellency, is founder member certificates, starting Beatrice School Moy. Honorable Professor Anyang' Nyong'o. Founder member certificates. Honorable Franklin Bett. Honorable Henry Kosgei. Honorable Henry Kosgei. Senator Dr. First we have Henry Kosgei. Then Senator Dr. Oburu Oginga also gets one. We also have Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, founder member certificate, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. Honorable Musalia Mudavadi amenaswa. Amenasa how? And the last, and by no means least, there is one for His Excellency, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya. He also gets a founder member certificate. All right, Your Excellency, we've come to the end of the awards. May I request that you kindly just proceed to where the cake is, together with the party chair, the party leader, they can hold the knife together with the party leader and party chair. Party chair. Oh, okay. Haya basi, makofi, keki kikatwa. Kata, kata. Kata, keki, kata. Wonderful. Let's give them a wonderful round of applause. The cake is now cut. And officially, ODM celebration.
place.
Wonderful. Well distributed.